What's up, WWE Universe? Welcome back to WWE Sphere, your home for the most electrifying wrestling content on YouTube. If you're new here, make sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into all things WWE. Today, we're breaking down one of the most compelling storylines in recent WWE history, the fall and potential redemption of Roman Reigns at WarGames. For over 1,300 days, Roman Reigns stood at the pinnacle of WWE as the undisputed Universal Champion. He wasn't just a champion, he was the tribal chief, the head of the table, the one who acknowledged no equal. His reign of dominance reshaped the entire landscape of WWE, making him arguably the most powerful figure the company has ever seen. But in a moment that shocked the wrestling world, Roman Reigns lost everything. The titles are gone. The absolute control has slipped through his fingers. Solo Sikoa, once a loyal enforcer of the Bloodline, orchestrated a coup that nobody saw coming. The family that Roman built, the empire he constructed brick by brick, has been torn away from him. Now, the tribal chief finds himself in unfamiliar territory, looking up at the mountain he once ruled. This isn't just about championship gold anymore. This is personal. This is about family, legacy, and proving that the real tribal chief has never left the building. The bloodline was supposed to be unbreakable. Roman Reigns positioned himself as the patriarch, with the Usos as his brothers in arms and Solo Sikoa as his silent but deadly enforcer. Together, they dominated SmackDown and Raw, crushing anyone who dared step in their path. The special counsel, Paul Heyman, orchestrated their moves with brilliant strategy, making the bloodline seemingly invincible. But power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Solo Sikoa didn't just want to be an enforcer, he wanted to be the chief. With Roman absent from television, Solo seized his opportunity. He recruited new members, established his own version of the bloodline, and when Roman finally returned, he found himself on the outside looking in at his own family. The betrayal cuts deeper than any championship loss ever could. This isn't about wins and losses in the traditional sense. This is about a family torn apart, about loyalty shattered, and about a leader who must now fight to reclaim not just his throne, but his very identity. The question everyone is asking, can Roman Reigns overcome the very monster he created in Solo Sikoa? Can he reunite what's left of his fractured family? And most importantly, can he prove that he's still the one true tribal chief? If there's one match in WWE that's designed for warfare, it's WarGames. 2 rings, 1 massive steel cage, and an environment where survival depends on your ability to work as a unit. This isn't a place for individuals, it's a battlefield where teams are forged in fire or destroyed by chaos. For Roman Reigns, WarGames represents something far more significant than just another match. It's his chance to prove that even without the titles, even after losing control of his family, he's still the most dominant force in WWE. This is where legends are made and broken, where pride is restored or crushed forever. The strategy going into WarGames will be crucial. Roman can't do this alone, he needs allies he can trust. The rumored partnerships have WWE fans buzzing with speculation. Will Jey Uso finally reconcile with his cousin and return to his side? Could Sami Zayn, despite their tumultuous history, join forces with Roman against the common enemy? And what about the wildcard that could change everything? Could CM Punk align with Roman Reigns in an unholy alliance that nobody saw coming? The dynamics of WarGames favor those who can work together seamlessly. Roman's leadership abilities will be tested like never before. He must rally his troops, coordinate attacks, and prove that his tactical mind is still as sharp as ever. One wrong move, one moment of hesitation, and Solo's new bloodline could permanently cement themselves as the dominant force. What makes Roman Reigns' current situation so compelling is the psychological transformation we're witnessing. For years, Roman carried himself with an aura of invincibility. He walked to the ring knowing he was untouchable, that victory was inevitable, that his opponents would eventually acknowledge him. That confidence wasn't arrogance, it was reality backed by results. Now, that reality has been shattered. Roman has tasted defeat in a way that cuts to his core. He's not just fighting to win matches, he's fighting to prove to himself that he's still worthy of being called the tribal chief. This vulnerability makes him more human, more relatable, and paradoxically, more dangerous than ever. A wounded Roman Reigns might be the most dangerous Roman Reigns we've ever seen. There's a hunger in his eyes now, a desperation that wasn't there during his dominant championship run. When you have everything to lose versus when you've already lost everything, those are two completely different animals. Roman is now in the latter category, and that makes him unpredictable. The redemption arc is a classic storytelling device for good reason. It resonates with audiences because everyone loves a comeback story. We want to see if Roman can dig deep, overcome the odds, and reclaim his position at the top. But WWE has kept us guessing. Will Roman actually achieve redemption at War Games, or will this be another chapter in his downfall? Here's where things get interesting. For Roman Reigns, redemption might not mean what we traditionally think. Does redemption mean winning at War Games? Does it mean reuniting the original Bloodline? Does it mean reclaiming the championship? Or does redemption mean something deeper, perhaps evolving beyond the tyrannical tribal chief into something more? The beauty of Roman's current storyline is that there are multiple paths to redemption, and each one tells a different story. If Roman wins at War Games but does so by betraying potential allies, has he really redeemed himself, or has he just proven that he's still the same manipulative leader he's always been? If he loses but earns the respect of his opponents and mends fences with his family, is that not its own form of redemption? WWE has masterfully crafted a situation where the outcome isn't as important as the journey. Roman's road to redemption is paved with difficult choices, uncomfortable alliances, and the constant question of whether he can truly change or if the tribal chief's nature is too deeply ingrained to ever evolve. Make no mistake, War Games isn't just another match for Roman Reigns. This is legacy defining. If Roman fails at War Games, if Solo Sikoa's version of the Bloodline stands tall over him, it could permanently alter how we remember Roman's incredible run. The narrative would shift from dominant champion who eventually lost, to fallen leader who couldn't reclaim his throne when it mattered most. But if Roman succeeds, if he can overcome the impossible odds and reassert his dominance, it adds another incredible chapter to an already legendary career. It proves that Roman Reigns isn't just a product of the Bloodline's power structure, he is the Bloodline. He is the singular force that made it all work, and without him, it's just an imitation. The WWE universe is split on what they want to see happen. Some fans want to see Roman humbled completely, paying for years of arrogant dominance. Others want to see the ultimate comeback story, watching the tribal chief reclaim his throne through sheer will and determination. This division in the audience creates an electric atmosphere every time Roman appears, and War Games will amplify that tension to unprecedented levels. When Roman Reigns eventually hangs up his boots, how will we remember this period of his career? Will the fall from grace be a footnote in an otherwise dominant championship run, or will it be the defining chapter that showed his true character? These are the questions that make wrestling storytelling so compelling. Great wrestlers aren't defined by their victories alone, they're defined by how they handle defeat and adversity. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena, all the legends faced moments where they had to prove themselves all over again. Roman Reigns is now in that crucible, and War Games is where we'll see what he's truly made of. The road to redemption is never a straight line, and Roman Reigns' journey is proving to be one of the most twisted, dramatic, and captivating storylines in modern WWE. Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Roman Reigns remains the most compelling figure in professional wrestling today. War Games will answer so many questions, but it will likely create just as many new ones. That's the mark of excellent storytelling, leaving us wanting more, keeping us invested, making us tune in week after week to see what happens next. The tribal chief may have fallen, but if history has taught us anything, it's that Roman Reigns has an uncanny ability to rise above every challenge placed before him. The question isn't whether he can, it's whether WWE will allow him to, and what sacrifices he'll have to make along the way. What do you think, WWE Universe? Will Roman Reigns find redemption at War Games, or is this the beginning of a new era with Solo Sikoa as the head of the table? Drop your predictions in the comments below, and let's discuss. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to WWE Sphere, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our wrestling breakdowns and analysis. Until next time, keep acknowledging greatness, and we'll see you